when a person, or if a person is interested in training, in the knowledge that you have, how do they make contact with you, and what is necessary to be a student?
Okay, when a person has interest in this knowledge, all they have to do, if they know my name, which is Patricia Kitt, then they can call the directory and get a number, and they can call me and establish an appointment, and we teach classes on an individual basis so that that one can come to class. And if one is not in this area so that one can come to class, then one can take the correspondence course, of course. So the correspondence course is out of the center in New York, because we have centers all over the world. And there are centers in New York, Florida, California, Georgia. There are centers all over the world, even in the foreign lands, there are centers. And if a center is not close around to one, then what one would do is take the correspondence course and get in touch with the center in New York.
Is there a website?
There is a website, and the website is www.bkwsu.com.
That's B like in boy, K?
Right, B.
Okay.
And BKWSU is Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University. So that's an easy way to remember it.
So now, how long are the classes, and how do you measure a person's growth and development?
Okay, the classes are like 1 hour, from 1 hour to from 1 hour to maybe 30 minutes longer. It depends on the individual as to how long the classes last, but usually they're like 1 hour. And how you measure the person's individual progress is by noticing whether the person is realizing that he's the soul. The main thing, that's the main thing about the course, is to remember that we are souls, points of light like stars, and that we look at others in the center of the forehead. And we cannot see the soul with the naked eye, but the soul can be understood to be in that area. So what has happened, this is in our first lesson too, what has happened is that we have been put into compartments. Boy, girl, young, old, black, white, nationality-wise, spiritual-wise, we have been put into compartments. And now it's the time to break that barrier. From compartments, we have to realize that no matter what religion or what background one is in, what one looks like, ugly or pretty or dark or white or whatever, we have to realize that we are souls, points of light like stars, that we're not the body. And that's one way of telling whether one soul is progressing or not, by realizing that they are souls, points of light like stars. And another way to tell that a soul is progressing is by one's behavior, one's character. Because we come here, our character is changed, and we go amongst individuals in the public and so forth, or wherever. Then we realize that this person has a unique personality. This person has a unique character. And that way we know that we're changing.
The address of your school?
The address of the school is Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University. We are our founder, the founder of our university, founded this university in India. And it's in India that God comes and speaks this knowledge. And God actually speaks, so that way we know that he's not omnipresent, because he speaks. And if God were omnipresent, then he would be in everybody and in everything. So we have to realize that God is not omnipresent. And another thing that we should realize is that God is the supreme. So we can't put any human being in front of God or ahead of God, because God is the one who's in charge. And our lives are determined by the basis of how we recognize God.
Well, I sure do want to thank you for taking this time to articulate your theory and philosophy and beliefs. And you certainly have put out a challenge to people to think just a little bit differently from what they may be thinking every day. Thank you.
And thank you.